COVID on campus. I'm Adrienne Pedersen. Today on Upfront. Thousands of students in quarantine. In-person classes stopped. Has UW-Madison done enough to slow the spread? I'll ask Dane County Executive Joe Parisi. That's coming up next on Upfront. Plus, are students willing to do what it takes to crush COVID?
I don't care if you're a student. I don't care if you're somebody who just lives in Milwaukee, but like you should be partying right now.
And Milwaukee's health commissioner talks about the racism she says she's experienced on the job.
Growing up in Milwaukee, I know what it looks like.
Then we have my one-on-one interview with the Democratic VP nominee Kamala Harris and a message from Vice President Mike Pence.
Taking on the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Upfront with your host, Adrienne Pedersen.
Thank you for joining us. We begin today with the exploding number of COVID-19 cases in Dane County. Health officials there say up to 85% of those cases are linked to UW-Madison.
The campus last week put a 2-week pause on in-person instruction, moving classes online. UW had just started the semester on September 2nd. 2 dormitories are on lockdown. More than 2,000 students now quarantined in Whitty and Celery Halls. 22 fraternities and sororities are also in quarantine.
Dane County Executive Joe Parisi had pleaded with UW officials to do something to help stop the crush of COVID cases. And he joins us now on Upfront. So we know you're going through a lot there right now in Dane County. We appreciate you putting this in perspective. So how much is UW-Madison, do you think, impacting the rest of the county right now when it comes to COVID cases?
A lot in a huge way on a number of levels. First of all, the number of COVID cases, while we've certainly had our share, we had it relatively under control and it was steady. But since the UW has come here, we've shattered our previous records. 2 days ago, we had 450 cases, which was much more than we had ever had. And so our challenge is kind of twofold. First of all, we're concerned about the 40,000 students, but I'm also concerned about the other 500,000 people who live in Dane County because those students don't live in a bubble and they can transmit the virus. I'm also concerned about our infrastructure for testing and contact tracing. The UW had set up some of their own testing and contact tracing, but it's already been overrun. So we're seeing that, a strong majority of the cases we're seeing now are coming from the UW, so it's of great concern to us.
And the university decided to take this sort of 2-week pause where classes will be all online. What do you think of that, and do you think they need to do more?
I think it's a good first step, but I've specifically asked the university to do a number of things. I've asked them to triple their capacity for contact tracers. I've asked them to increase their testing capabilities and to provide more quarantine space for students who live off campus, because right now they have quarantine space for students who live in residence halls, but that's only about 7,000 or 8,000 young people out of 40,000. In addition to that, I've asked them to strongly consider closing the residence halls and allowing the young people to go home. And I know that there's some pluses and minuses to that, right? Because some people are afraid if we send them home, then the disease will spread in their communities. Conversely, if they stay, they spread the disease in my community and they're congregating, so there's more of a risk for that. So I think there's a middle ground there. I think we could ask them to quarantine for a couple of weeks, test them, and then allow them to go home like they did in the spring and attend school virtually.
And what's the communication like with the university? Are you confident that what you want will happen? Because I know, like you said, this is a tough situation for you because obviously you care about the students, but your first priority, I'm sure, is the residents of Dane County.
Yeah, there are over 500,000 people who live here, and we've done a very good job relatively in Dane County in flattening the curve here. We were down to around 20 a day. Previous to this, our highest in June was 140. And since the UW has come in, it's exploded. So we are urging them to aggressively take some of the actions like I mentioned, but also what's missing and what's really critical is in the public health department in Dane County, we base all of our decisions on criteria and objective criteria that we base, okay, are we going to go to 25% capacity in restaurants, for example, and we have those numbers and we share them with the public. So far, the university has not shared with us what their objective criteria are, what their plan is. At what point of how many positive cases or a certain percentage will you do which action? Interim President Thompson has stated that he has a number in his mind, but he hasn't shared that with us. So really my ask, right now, in addition to the infrastructure improvements I hope they make, is please tell us what your plan is. Share us your criteria and the objective measures by which you plan on making decisions.
Well, County Executive, thank you. We appreciate your time. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Schools are getting serious about the COVID crackdown. Carroll University in Waukesha suspended 3 students who hosted a party last month just before classes started. Their suspension is for the current semester. Are students willing to do what it takes to help slow the spread of COVID-19? And what are these disruptions doing to their college education? We're asking a couple of students right now. We have Emma Mae Weber. She's president of the Student Association at UWM. Also joining us is Brandon Springer. He's a leader in the Associated Students of Madison. That's UW's student government. So I appreciate both of you being with us, giving this inside look at what students are thinking and feeling right now. So Brandon, I want to start with you since you're in Madison. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone is shocked that there's COVID on a college campus. Just when you think about how many people are there gathering, what do you think about the university's decision to go online for at least 2 weeks?
I think it was probably a good decision, seeing as they do have the spike in cases to go online and stuff. I think it's just frustrating that it wasn't like that in the first place, and they didn't really get any student involvement in this decision. So I think we were just hoping that they would have reached out to us a little more and given us more information going forward.
And I know that you said you're not living in the 2 dorms that are quarantining right now, but what are you hearing about the people who are there? What is that like?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is they're just like wishing they would have heard more sooner and would have been prepared for this. And I've seen a lot like they haven't been getting like very great meals. Like they got a sandwich for lunch pretty much and some other like chips and other things. And for breakfast, they got offered water and a banana or muffin. So they like didn't seem as prepared as we would have hoped for.
Definitely different. So Emma Mae, you're at UW Milwaukee. I'm sure you're watching what's going on in Madison. What do you hope that your school does proactively?
Yeah, no, watching from Milwaukee is definitely eerie. I can't imagine the students in our dorms having to live through that. And I hope that we see this as kind of a warning sign, both for our administration and for our students to really take this seriously and plan ahead.
And Emma Mae, right before we started talking, I did get an email from UW Milwaukee talking about how they're really trying to crack down on these parties that are going on across campus and even off campus. Do you think it's realistic to ask students not to get together outside of class?
Well, honestly, I think it is realistic in the sense that we have to balance these things of both campus taking action and students taking action. And we need students to be able to be proactive and do what they can as well. And I've always talked about how I don't care if you're a student, I don't care if you're somebody who just lives in Milwaukee, but like you shouldn't be partying right now. It's a balancing of making sure that students are doing what they can and campus is doing what they can. And I just hope that everybody is doing their part and we don't just sit there and blame the other.
Brandon, what do you think about students gathering? It has to be tough to crack down on that.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree mostly that students should be trying to do their part, and it's reasonable for the university to ask that. But I also can't help but think that the university should have planned for this. It's just such a big part of college culture, this partying. So I feel like they should have been prepared for it to happen anyways.
And we know your college experience is just not what it would normally be right now. But when it comes down to your education, Brandon, I'll go to you first. How do you think this is impacting what's most important at the end of the day, your education?
Yeah, I think I still am receiving some good education. However, I think there are just some aspects of being online that you just aren't getting the full scope that you would get in person. I'm in an intro to theater and dramatic literature class, and I can guarantee we'd be doing presentations for class, but we can't really do that over Zoom.
Emma Mae, what do you think? How will this impact your education now and maybe in the long term?
I think it is definitely teaching me how to be adaptable. This is something that I didn't expect to have to do in my education. I do think that with the reality of it being so close and we just have to take on this challenge right now, it's just a matter of going forward with it and trying to make the best of it. Of course, it's not an ideal situation, but I think that at least my teachers are doing the best that they can, and I'm really proud of them for the hard work that they're putting in to at least make this worth all of our time.
Well, I'm definitely wishing you both the best. I know this is such a strange time, especially to be a student right now, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Later on Up Front, the candidates for vice president crisscross the stage. We'll hear from Mike Pence and Kamala Harris as they ask for your vote. But first,
I'm more of a person that doesn't want to go there, but I have to because it's so blatant.
Milwaukee's health commissioner on the racism she says she's experienced on the job.